So today I have tested my DJI Action 5. I'm actually recording on it now with DJI Mic Mini because I wanted to check if that camera together with that mic is the ultimate solution for vlogging. And I guess you can judge it yourself. It's kinda no-cut edit to show all the quality of the image and the quality of the sound recordings. Mostly everything is straight out of the camera, especially the sound. Although when noted, I use Davinci Voice Isolation. But other than that, it is purely straight from the camera. I haven't even changed the levels. If you are easily bored, you can use chapters to skip ahead to the moment you are interested in. And if you think you really need this camera or the mic or both, you can use affiliate links from the description below. They really help the channel. And at the moment I'm recording in so-called studio. There is a fridge in the background. There is a washing machine upstairs finishing the cycle, so it's really loud. Here I also wonder how the sound quality is and if I need to use the Davinci isolation. So judge yourself this studio bit and then judge yourself the vlogging bit. Okay, I'm testing DJI Mic Mini mostly, and this is Action 5 Pro in D-LogM minus 0.70 I think, and DJI Mic Mini connected directly to the camera. And I wonder what is the sound quality, what is the sound isolation. and I have it connected to my beanie, because if I connect it to my chest or collar, then if I move my head around, then the distance from the mic changes, which might be annoying, although it seems that this mic has some kind of auto level mode, so this might be the, like, maybe this might solve this issue itself. But if this is here, if I move my head, the distance from my mouth to the mic is always the same. And why am I recording in D-LogM? Because at least I can get proper colors, although my face might not be exposed correctly because there is no face priority exposure in D-LogM, and I'm using DJI selfie stick. I think I got it with the camera. I don't have gloves, so I will swap my hand quite constantly, and this is standard, so de-warped look with RockSteady, normal RockSteady, not plus, because for walking normal RockSteady should be enough, although it is. And I wonder how good the sound isolation is for the traffic. Should be, I hope it's good. And I think, judging from the what I see on this small screen, the field of view is okay in this mode. Maybe I'll check something else, but seems okay. And mostly I wonder about the sound. I tested the sound before in studio and it was quite okay, or maybe even good. I think it was better than Zoom lav mic you got with the Zoom F2. And there is a plane flying by, a jet, so I wonder how good the isolation is. And I'm using, I think I switched the low cut off in the camera, but I think the mic have noise cancellation always turned on, although you got two settings, low and like standard and high, I think, something like that. And for the battery life, it is set is 11.5 hours for one charge for the transmitter, which is really impressive. Not sure it's true. I got a bag with the charging case, but
They say on their page that with charging case you have 48 hours of recording, which is kind of amazing. And I think the 5 minutes of charging gives you 1 hour of recording, which is also amazing. Now, I'm not sure that any of this footage will be good because it's getting darker. It's like maybe it's already maybe sun is already set, I guess so, but there would be still a blue hour. So, and I forgot something to drink, so probably my voice would give up in few minutes. Anyway, maybe I will change the perspective for some reason. It's not that nice to carry that camera that way. Maybe the angle is not that great. So yeah, maybe that's better. I can kinda have myself in the rule of thirds. Kinda, I don't know. It's weird. I'm mostly in the center of the frame. Yeah, but judging from the levels, the sound should be okay. It's never clipping, and also this got auto clipping prevention, which seems is based on 32-bit float. So it is 32-bit float mic, but I'm not sure it records 32-bit float. I think it's not, but it uses both DACs or analog to digital converters, because 32-bit flow always uses 2, and that way if you're clipping on the first one, then it switches to the second one, and also it can record 2 tracks at the same time, so one is the safety track. So I guess it's a 32-bit float. So now I will change the perspective, like the shot to the wide, and see if it's any better. So now it's wide with RockSteady, and yeah, there is a difference, but I'm not sure this perspective warp is worth using the wide setting. Maybe it's not that visible, although it might be nice if the surrounding are exciting. This is just a pine forest, artificial one, so it's not that great, and still there is this noise in the air. It is the highway, which is like 1 kilometer away, maybe less, maybe more, and that's really annoying. It's like 35 to 40 decibels probably, the sound pressure of this noise. So I wonder if this is recorded. If it's cut, maybe I will check the low cut actually, what it does. But even if it's recorded, I can probably remove it in post with Davinci Isolation, so we'll see. And this is the wide with RockSteady, and it's kinda dark, so I wonder about the artifacts. Probably I will have them, but if the sound is good, it is much more important than and I'm not sure I have seen the safety track being recorded, but I think it is. So yeah, I will switch to ultra wide just for gigs. So now it is ultra wide, definitely much wider on this small screen. Not sure it looks good if I look on this small screen, but I think on the wide lens it's not visible because the screen is not very much off to the side, so yeah, shouldn't be a problem. I rather wonder about the colors and the exposure. I mean, the colors, it doesn't matter, it's a D-LogM, 10-bit D-LogM, so I can grade in post, and I think there are some shots on the shooting range, so I wonder, yes, they are, so I wonder how good is that mic in isolating that or removing on recording or whatever. And it's again seems like maybe the angle of the camera is not that great. I'm like recorded from belly button up, so maybe it's a okay angle, I don't know. But that noise from the highway is actually more intense now for some reason. Not sure why. So I think I would go to the highway and see if or how the mic behaves, and maybe I will check the low cut setting and low cut off. But I think I'm not able to switch to high mode because I disabled this in DJI Mimo app, so not able to switch it with a button, and I think it's not possible to switch it in a Action 5 camera. So I'm kind of stuck in the basic noise isolation, which is not a big deal because Davinci Voice Isolation is actually probably better, so not a big deal. Yes, ultra wide seems fun. It's really wide, and I wonder how the stabilization is in these lighting conditions, and I have to check the low cut and my exposure, so I'll be right back. Okay, so before the low cut was off, unfortunately I have missed someone shooting automatic or semi-automatic. It was quite noisy. I guess it was semi-automatic, and it was, yes, guess so. So this one was not missed. And now I set the low cut on. It was off before, so I wonder if there is any difference. Still there is this background really nasty highway noise, so I wonder if it's recorded or the low cut makes any difference. It is kind of the hum, but I'm not sure what is the low cut setting, actually what is the frequency here, so not sure it is cut. So yeah, I don't know. But maybe actually the low cut in Action 5 changes between the noise, this basic and high setting of the noise removal. I don't know. I haven't seen anything in the firmware update about it, but the latest firmware, I think I have the latest firmware for it, and latest firmware notes said it is now compatible with DJI Mic Mini, but nothing else, so I'm not so sure. So maybe I like this wide angle look more. Where should I go? Not sure. I'll go here. If I want to go to the highway, it is the quickest way to get there, so we'll see. But I think now it is the best combo for like casual vlogging, or maybe even pro vlogging. You got kinda good stabilization. The only con of this setup is the face exposure. Like at the moment I went into the forest that is much darker, and I guess my face is underexposed because I'm in D-LogM. It would be exposed correctly in normal color profile, but then the colors look kind of artificial and it's hard to correct in post compared to D-LogM. So I think that's the only con of this camera. And with this small mic, which claims to have 10.5 hour battery life, it's like great combo. Maybe my small concern is about electromagnetic field radiation. Like I got it attached to the side of my skull. It's the least dense bone here, the thinnest bone on the skull. So actually, the electromagnetic signal can penetrate my skull probably, which is not that great. It is not the ionizing radiation, so it's not like a gamma radiation that would cause cancer, but this would just cook your brain or any tissue actually. So it's not beneficial to use any 2.4 gigahertz device on your head. So actually the placement on the collar might be better, or maybe on the strap, but then it would make some rattling noise, so not sure it's a good idea. So I guess I would turn this off and change the battery in Action 5 because it's kinda dying, and I think that the charging case does not have an internal battery, so I have to swap the battery. It's not end of the world, I think it's like 25%, but I will see. Okay, now I'm close to military facility. I think I'm not permitted to record here, but since I'm not permitted to record the facility, but since I would have my front of the camera towards me, not towards the facility, I'm probably safe. Why I'm recording here is that there is this annoying sound and also a shooting range, so there are two. So it's high-pitched sound from the factory and also the shooting range noises, which are like basically the gunshots, or probably, judging from the sound, like rifle shots, not a shotgun, just a rifle. So I wonder how now it is. I have the low cut, so maybe I will turn the low cut off and see if there is any difference. Now the low cut is turned off, and I wonder if there is any difference for this high-pitched noise from the factory. I think it's like 3000 Hz, but maybe I'm wrong. It's audible, so probably like 25 to 30 decibels. I don't know. But now the low cut is off, and I wonder if there is any difference. There is still this highway noise, which is lower, but this one is more pronounced, especially that people tend to hear higher pitch better. And there is another noise from the trafo. Yeah, so I guess I will stop recording and start recording close to the highway. Okay, so now I'm in normal mode because it's already dark, like almost dark, and I'm close to the highway, and the highway is usually like in that proximity, it's like 10 meters, so the sound pressure is like 45 to 65 decibels, or even higher if there is a loud car or a lorry. So now the low cut is off, and I'm going with my mic towards the highway, and I wonder if there would be any difference if I'm walking, if the mic is away from the highway, like my head is a barrier, and there are plenty of cars. It's Sunday evening, so people are coming back home, something like that probably. Or maybe they are going on the long weekend, I don't know. Because within 2 days is end of the year. I really don't understand the celebrating the end of the year, but maybe if the year was great, it is something to celebrate. So I guess I will turn in a second, turn back and see if there is any difference. So I'm turning back, and now the mic is towards the forest, so the forest might actually bounce some sound back, but it's rather good and dampening sound. So now the highway is on my left and the mic is on my right, and the low cut is still off. And now the big truck, not sure it was visible, probably not, so I can actually have the camera like that, but the mic is still towards the forest. And then I will turn on the low cut to see if there is any difference with the low cut. There should be. So yeah, and I guess I would have to have a silent piece of each recording. So let's switch the low cut on. Okay, so low cut is now on. Now the mic is facing the highway. There are no cars. I mean, there are some cars on the other side of the highway. There is a big truck coming. I can see on the levels that this is all recorded, so I don't know what the low cut is doing. And also now when I'm speaking, I'm clipping, so it is kind of weird. It's weird. I was not clipping before, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Noisy truck. Looks like a military truck or something like that. Anyway, I'm like, the mic is facing the highway with the low cut on. Now we'll see. I will see if there is any difference if I turn the mic away from the highway. There should be, but it seems like I'm like 20 decibels, minus 20 when I'm not talking, and I'm clipping when I'm talking, which is weird. So now definitely there is a difference, although when I'm speaking I'm clipping. No cars, there is a car, and the mic is towards the forest, not towards the highway. So I went here like 2 kilometers to record the highway, so you have to already give me a like. I guess you should give me a like from the first second of the video. And then I will go and try to record a normal road. I would be on the sidewalk of the road, which sometimes is quite busy, and see if there is any difference. Although the other road is probably quieter than this one. And since I'm here, I will probably check if the sound barriers makes any difference. So the low cut is off. I'm going to check if the sound barriers makes any difference. So the mic is away of the highway, and I won't talk for a moment, and we'll see. I guess they might make the difference. Now I'm behind the sound barriers. Yes, I think when the car went behind it, it was like cut off. Like, yeah, it's like the noise is eaten. That's impressive actually. It's instantly eaten. Yep, maybe I will change the direction of the mic. So now I'm facing more or less the highway. Eaten. Eaten. Nice. So the sound barriers work actually. So there's a car coming and the sound disappears. Yes, it's impressive. Okay, so now I'm in SuperNight mode and I'm close to the road and waiting for the cars to come, and the mic is away from the road at the moment. The low cut is off and there are no cars, but they are coming, as you can see. I'm not sure about that. Unfortunately, not much of the cars at the moment. There were more cars before, but there is some car coming, so maybe I will turn towards the road to see. There is still a highway in the background, but there is upcoming car, so I guess I will switch. There is another car here. So yeah, I'm going backwards to record. Now I'm with the mic towards the road, and the low cut is off now. So I don't know if you can hear me through the traffic. I hope I won't bounce in anyone. More cars upcoming. So I'm talking about the gibberish, if this mic is any good or not. And now I will switch to low cut on. Okay, now low cut is on and the mic is away from the road, but there are no cars. There is a car upcoming, so let's see if I can talk through that noise. I think with the low cut I was still clipping. I don't know, it's weird, but I think there is some kind of the auto level mode with this mic. So SuperNight mode and ultra wide with RockSteady, and I guess I will turn in a second towards the road, the mic towards the road. So yeah, I'm doing that now, and let's see. I hope I won't bounce into anyone. I need more cars. Unfortunately, there are no cars, so yeah, I will turn when the cars are coming and maybe won't talk. The low cut is on, so maybe I won't talk against the first car, and then I will talk to see if it is any better with the low cut. And there are people shooting fireworks. So I was not talking, now I'm talking, and I can see that I'm clipping, which is weird. I don't know if that footage would be any good, especially the sound. But yeah, so I'm now, the mic is away from the road, but there are trees on my right, so then on the mic side, so maybe they bounce back some sound, some car, some traffic noise, and I don't know how good it is. And the mic, actually the camera says that mic is still at 100%, and I recorded for probably at least half an hour already, so it's a good sign. And the camera is at, the battery in the camera is at 17%. It turned red at 30, so I haven't swapped the battery, and it's still the same battery. Yeah, so I wonder how good that mic is, and I'm not sure what white balance I have, because it looks weird. I'm all yellow, so maybe I got wrong white balance. Let me check. It is actually auto white balance in the SuperNight mode, which is weird. I mean, the lamps are like 2700 Kelvin, something like that, or maybe even warmer, and my face is all yellow. And I'm still with the low cut. Mic is facing away of the road, and I wonder if this is any good in terms of the sound and terms of the video quality in this SuperNight mode, which seems to be, at least the firmware notes, like 2 firmwares back, they said it should be better now, like the quality should be better of the night mode. I'm not sure about that, so I will see. There are street lamps, but they are facing the road, not the sidewalk. Although whenever I'm close to the street lamp, you can see that the exposure is changing, and I'm in the SuperNight mode, so I guess there is a face exposure priority, but I'm not 100% sure. And there are plenty of cars, so I wonder how good or bad the sound is. But I don't trust this high noise removal settings in camera. I prefer to remove noise in post, because then I can say how much I want to remove and how that sounds. So yeah, but so far in less noisy environment, this mic is performing really great, and I'm really surprised how good it is. So I wonder about today. I hope I haven't lost the dead cat. There are actually 4 dead cats in the full set, so yeah. And I'm using the gray one because I have a gray beanie. Actually, that might be the best vlogging combo if the sound quality is good. Then I think it's better than anything else, because you don't need a receiver. The receiver is built into the camera, so you can actually connect 2 of these to the camera and have 2 people talking. So it's really good solution. And the mics are quite small, although they are not as light as you may think. So if you have them on the t-shirt, it is still getting saggy. So yeah, anyway, I have to check it. It really stinks here because people are hitting their small huts with tires or some wet wood or some shit, and it stinks like hell. So I have to get out of here as quick as possible.
So now also in the background there is a NAS singing with another NAS, so it's quite noisy. So maybe I have to use Davinci Voice Isolation also. And after reviewing the footage, I can say that SuperNight mode is still shitty, and whoever says otherwise is lying. So if you want low light performance, like real low light, it's not the camera for you, at least in my opinion. For the sound quality, you have to judge yourself if it's enough for you. I think it's quite good, although one annoying thing is that the rattling sound of my Gore-Tex jacket has been recorded, and regardless of the low cut setting that was recorded, so that was kind of surprising. But it could be easily removed in post with Davinci Voice Isolation, so it's not a big deal. And actually, I do not hear much of a difference between low cut on and off with this mic, so I think I would leave it off, and I can actually run low cut filter in post, and that's not a big deal too. But generally, I'm really positively surprised with the sound quality of this mic, especially that it cuts the wind noise really nice with the included dead cat. Although today it was not really windy, there were some gusts of wind and I haven't heard them in the footage. I hope that's helpful and cheers, mate!